Hi everyone, it's Gothic Man here, finally doing another video of 10 Goth mum problems. So, just, I guess, a general observation and being a mother myself and things that we really struggle to. So first things, shopping for Gothy vibe baby/kids clothes is a nightmare. I generally hate going to mainstream, normal shops to shop for myself because I never can find anything I like. It can be torturous trying to find stuff for your kids as well. So if you're one of those mums that wants to dress them a little bit spookier, um, so you'll probably find one thing that's appropriate out of hundreds of baby clothes. And I love shopping for my kids. I love going and buying new clothing for them. I love doing it. But when you're looking for something really in particular, it comes sort of a nightmare. And then if you have your kids with you and they get sick of being in the shop, and it's an ugly affair. If you do manage to find something gothy-ish, it'll be online, and you're paying about $30 for a wondersuit. And that's just ridiculous because a baby might only live in that for a couple of weeks to maybe a month if you're lucky, and they're gonna vomit and they're gonna do bodily fluids on that wondersuit. So then you kind of need 2 to 3 pairs of that same wondersuit at $30 a pop. Where you go to a bigger shop, $5 for a wondersuit. You can sort of, see the difference in value there. You're gonna pay for the $5 wondersuit rather than the $30 wondersuit. It's gonna get destroyed when you realise that babies are quite messy sometimes, and kids are too. Kids can be just as messy as babies, but their mess can be arts and crafts, dirt, food, cookie marks. They wear it, so that's a problem. It can be an exhausting problem. Number 2, you enjoy spooky kid-style TV shows or movies more than your kids do. So I've done this a couple of times. I've sort of called them to go, I'll sit down and have like a movie night or something with my kids, and I'll put on something like Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, they're uninterested. They're just not interested in it. So you can't always expect your kids to like what you like too. Or in another scenario, first time I watched Frank Wiener because my kids don't sort of take interest in what I like. That's really cute. I went to my bedroom. I had a TV in there at one point, and I went and sat on my bed and watched it, and then it was like, damn it, kid over the shoulder watching it with me. And then I had this lovely moment with both my kids, and they really enjoyed the movie and they were asking questions about it. So I guess with more spookier style movies or gothy related stuff, your kids might surprise you. They might not like it at the start, or they might like it if it's not so much thrown in their face. And now Luke, my youngest, he loves anything spooky. The moment something spooky comes on, like cartoon related, he gets the biggest grin on his face, being vampires, werewolves, whatever it be. He loves it. Number 3, making friends with normal parents. It just doesn't work. Sometimes it can be really hard to sustain a relationship like that with normal sort of parents that just don't get your look or don't get the way your interests. They just don't get it. I've had this happen to me before where I've befriended a mum before, and then I've seen them in a shopping centre, like going shopping. I was wearing my Demonia platforms. I got the weirdest look from this person, and I can't talk to you because you're in your books. The boots. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's just so you can't always sort of, those relationships might not always work. Sometimes they can work fabulously. You can, but there's a lot of mums that do struggle to get those connections with other parents because of the way you look, and it's like, oh, I don't want my kid to play with your kid because of the way your mum looks, and a lot of mums can relate. I don't need to explain that. Number 4, other kids think you look like a witch. So you probably hear this, that children will be scared of you because you look like a witch. And then you get that rare child that really loves your style and wants to play with your jewellery and your clothing because it's all exciting. But it can happen. So the kids get a different impression on things and view the world really innocently and differently to us. Number 5, the goth stereotype of coffee from the South Park goth kids can be pretty much right, unless you're a tea drinker, because I feel like I can't survive a day without that morning coffee. I have to have that morning coffee. And then you end up finding yourself going or gravitating to coffee shops because you need the boost. Finding new and creative ways to hide from your kids when watching horror movies. I have done this loads of times. Try and find somewhere the kids can't see all the scary stuff because I don't want to give my children nightmare right now because my eldest is only 6 years old, so I don't want to give those nightmares. But then I've had the over the shoulder, big grin on the face, a zombie killing something. Yes, that is my child, the youngest. He seems to grab it. It's like they know as well. They can sniff out when you are watching something that you don't want them to see at all. It's like they know. They just have a sixth sense, kids. They just know it. Number 7, cookie marks pretty much on all your clothing. My kid's 4, my youngest, and this happens to me to this day. I will be wearing my kids in some shape or form. It's as simple as they got cookie or something all over the face. You pick your kid up, rub, haven't realised, it's all over you. I've gone to plenty of mothers groups and realised that I've had, cookie mark on my skirt or my top or something. So yeah, it'll happen. Little fingerprints will find their way onto you. Like I've got my eldest who bites some of my clothes as well. Like he sort of comes behind and he will bite my long drapey stuff. So yeah, you are warned. Number 8, some days you will feel like a zombie from Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead or something like that. It may be a sleep zombie or a flu zombie. Sleep zombie being you've been up all night with a crying baby or a toddler that just will not sleep. So you do start to feel a bit at the end of it. Or flu zombie. Because kids, they get flus, they get sick, you're guaranteed to get sick as well. And that, I hate being sick when my kids are sick. It's just not fun in the house whatsoever. Number 9, you secretly want a Victorian pram for your newborn, but they don't sell them anymore, so you spend hours in vintage or antique shops trying to find the pram. So it's the old, the handle, the pretty wheels, and the baby facing you Victorian prams. They're just gorgeous. Like the only time you see them is in modelling photos, like with a mum and a pram, or big goth events where you sometimes might see it. But yeah, they're just wonderful, and I've never found one. I love the idea of the prams, but I'm sure they cost a lot of money at an antique shop to try and track down too, because they're not trendy anymore. People don't really want them anymore. So number 10, giving your baby / kids a gothy name. As a goth, we're expected to give our kids these interesting gothy sort of names like Raven or something unique. But when it comes to non-gothic parents and gothic parents, you can't win when it comes to your kids' names. Like this has happened to me before. I named my boys Michael and Luke. And I've had a dirty remark because those names are too common. They're common names. Like I had to name my kids with some unique out there name. I couldn't just give my boys something really common, and I really like those names. Like I'm sorry, you know. So that can be really hard as well, sort of that you're always expected to give a unique out there sort of name, or when you give them a really common name, you still can't win. So you just can't win. You can't win as a parent. I'm sorry. You just got to do the best you can and be happy. Be happy. That's all I can say to you. I hope you've enjoyed this video on, 10 gothy mummy problems, I'll call it. I did write a blog. If you want to take a look, I will put the linky down below. But I will catch you next time around.